Welcome to Trauma Dump. Sorry.
Welcome to Trauma Dump.
Welcome to Trauma Dump. My name is Jillian, and
My name is Jacob.
yeah. And my big trauma is that I have dead dad.
Yep. Dead dad syndrome.
I have a dead dad syndrome, meaning he's not around anymore. And Jacob's big T trauma is
I faked cancer.
no, he didn't fake
I
cancer. It
didn't
was
fake
real.
it.
It was real. You
It
should
was
have seen
real.
his face all swollen.
Yeah.
Put
That
a
is
picture up here for the video
yeah.
viewers.
So this is right here. I'll just put a little
Yeah.
that right here is there's Jacob right out of surgery, his big puffy face. But I used to have brain cancer.
Yeah. And Trauma Dump, I guess, is the type of podcast where we are going to be talking about trauma.
Absolutely. So I could probably tell that you guys are probably talking about me in some secret group chat and that I'm out of the friend group. Is that
Where I think we might all make her cry.
I brought all this equipment in? All this equipment for the podcast?
But this isn't going well.
Episode 1.
Episode 1 of Trauma Dump.
Trauma Dump with Jacob and Jill. Scared your dog.
You scared my dog.
Scared your dog. Now we're on the ones and twos.
What does that mean?
Like ones and twos, that's like when people will be like, you're on the ones and twos, like you're on the, like, they'd be like, we have fucking Penis Bradley on the ones and twos tonight. And
What the
he'd
hell
be
are you
like-
talking about?
He'd be
What
like
is
a
ones and
musician,
twos?
like ones and twos, like the keys, like,
Like a piano?
yeah. I feel like Trev is going to be, because I was about to be like, Trev, can you, Trevor, can you, I already need you to confirm something. Sure. What is, when saying like when you're on the ones and twos, that's like a music saying, right? Like we got someone on the ones and twos. That's like on like on
he's
like
literally
on the piano.
hesitating.
He's not hesitating. He's
Like it's like you're on the board.
yes, yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
Trev, can you do
exactly.
me a favor also? Can you take Jacob's like gross bag out of the way? Because this is actually really cute.
Oh.
And this chair is set up properly and you can just see
My gross bag?
like your gross bag there.
You mean the
Thanks.
stuff that I brought all this equipment in? All this equipment for the podcast?
But this isn't going well.
This
I
is
think
going
we should
really well, I
end it.
think.
We fought
So-
twice.
It's okay.
Trevor doesn't know what the hell you're
Trevor,
talking about,
thank
to
you
be
for.
honest.
Bro, I'm probably gonna keep calling out for you to be like, can you fact check this for me? But don't look it up. But just can you just tell me what you think? All right, sweet. So yeah, we're on the ones and twos. That's what I meant.
Yeah, I'm refusing to say that personally, but
Well, then that's your choice.
yeah, I'm refusing to say we're on the ones and twos, but we've started recording our
This is
podcast.
episode 1.
Episode 1 of Trauma Dump.
Trauma Dump with Jacob and Jill.
And Trauma Dump, I guess, is the type of podcast where we are going to be talking about trauma.
Absolutely.
We'll be talking about deep trauma,
Yep.
which at this point is
Something-
everything.
It is at this point. It is everything.
Should we take that out?
No.
Okay. I don't want
No.
anyone to cancel me.
No, I like that you were like, I have all this stuff I want to talk about, and the first thing that you wanted to talk about, you were like, we should probably just take that out.
No, I said I have things that I have a lot of opinions, but I don't think anyone needs to hear them. What a refreshing take.
Yeah, that actually is a refreshing take because I think that goes along with the trauma thing because everyone's like, I think everyone needs to hear about me.
Yeah, like
And-
sometimes I have an opinion and I'm like, this is really smart. Should I make a TikTok about this? And then most of the time I decide, no, I can keep that to myself.
Yep.
Yeah.
Have you ever done the thing where you've just uploaded to TikTok or anything and it hasn't gotten any views or likes and you delete it immediately?
Yep.
I go, oh, it's a flop.
I don't even get there.
Oh, you'd not even pass like drafts or anything.
No, I used to upload on TikTok like once or twice a day, like 2021. And then now I'm just like, who cares? I don't really have anything to say. Crumbs, can you come lay down?
No, come
Come
lay
here.
down, buddy.
Can
Come
you
lay
pass
down on
me
a nice
that
pillow.
blanket because he likes it.
He likes this blanket.
Come lay
You
down.
going to come lie on camera? You want to be on the podcast?
Come on. He
He's
has
just
a really
gonna-
small brain, so he thinks he's stuck. Do you think that
He
you
does think he's. Do you want me to lift him up?
Come on.
Come on up here. I know you want to go the way that the camera is right in the way of, but how about come this way?
All right.
Good
come
boy.
down. Oh, that's
Hey,
really cute.
this is like we'll have like a little. I'll put in a little thing that'll be like crumbs time.
Yeah.
It's every time you show up, buddy. Okay. He doesn't like the podcast. He's like,
Sorry, that's not yours.
oh, he's starting to get a boner.
Don't say that.
He
We're cutting
is.
that out.
Your dog's starting to get an erection on the show.
It's just when that doesn't like happen because he's like aroused. It's just like sometimes when dogs get like excited or something, like, and they don't know where to put it. So
This went really well.
Trevor,
It's okay.
Trevor. Oh, this is stressing me out.
I know. I'm having a lot of fun. You're
Yeah.
you're like, I hate this.
I know,
Well,
I'm
I'm having a
sweating.
lot of fun. For those of you, this is the first episode, and right away, Trevor's off camera shaking treats at Crumbs. He's looking at you guys like he's not your dog.
I know. You can stay, but you have to be quiet. Okay, you can stay
Okay.
if you do that.
Thanks, Trev.
So yeah, anyway, this podcast is about trauma,
Yeah, absolutely. This
little
is,
T and big T trauma.
I think most of it's going to be little T, but that we think is big T.
Yeah, I would say that we're probably like the most traumatized people I've ever met.
Yeah, I feel like you and I are the type of people that we go on like the bus and we're like, I don't know how I'm going to deal with the rest of the week after that.
Yeah, just like put on like headphones and look out the window.
Yeah.
And like pretend you're in a movie.
Yep, I do it
that
a lot.
all the time.
What's your type of music that you listen to, like when you're like, you know, when you walk down the street and you're like
Yeah.
pretending to ignore the camera that's not there?
Ooh. I used to do that with the National a lot.
The National, wow.
Yeah.
That's like a cool person band.
Yeah.
So you still are trying to prove that like you're the main character by saying that.
That was an honest response, but I can change it if you want.
No,
I don't know. If like Olivia Rodrigo, is that
Okay,
better?
that's better. No, but like that, you are that kind of like that's. I don't know why I'm making fun of you for your answer.
Cool person, good taste in music.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah, sorry.
It's just funny because mine's like usually like We're in Heaven by DJ Sammy. That's usually my.
I literally have no idea what
You
you're
don't know what that
talking
is?
about.
Like-
no.
When you're lying here in my arms. You know that song? Like
Yeah.
I listen to I'll listen to like bad techno music and I'm like this is
Ooh, I don't like
like
that.
I'll listen to like Owl City and I'll be like this is still cool.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Okay.
That's not the kind of music I listen to when I'm feeling like cringy, but I do love this song. Sorry.
Okay, ow.
I thought you were kind of saying that as like
It
you
is
know,
cringy. It is.
Like
it is.
you were like, I'm just indulging. It's like eating.
I'm turning 30
like,
this year and I
junk
still
food.
think Fireflies is like when it comes on I'm like everyone cares about me.
You know what? I actually think the song Viva La Vida by Coldplay is genuinely a really good song.
I 100% agree and I'm sick of people acting like it's not a good song.
What's everyone talking about with Coldplay? Coldplay's a great band.
Coldplay's a really like
I get great vibes from them as people.
Yep. Well, Chris, I don't know about.
Why?
He seems like I don't know. He seems like the kind of guy who would like I don't know. Chris Martin seems like a guy that like
do you have a thought?
I
that's,
do
like,
have a thought,
forming?
but like I don't know how to explain it. Like I think if we were hanging out with him, and like I feel like he would make fun of me. Like he's the kind of guy that I know. He's the type of famous person that I know that like I would have to introduce myself like 6 times until he remembered who I am.
Oh,
And that's
not
fair.
his fault. He meets a lot of people.
That's fair, and I like that right away. You're like,
I don't know. I just
know
think you're
him.
wrong. But maybe
looks
we
good.
should do something more structure. Like I feel like we got like banter out of the way. Look at me. I'm trying to
banter?
like.
I love how you're like
How can
during
I
the
organize?
podcast you were like editing the podcast in real
I
time.
know. I'm trying to.
Do you do that a lot in real life?
Yeah, like I really find I find myself being very socially anxious. So if I'm having a conversation with someone, I'm like, how can I make this, like, how can I wrap this up pretty much all, because I feel like I'm bothering
You're
them.
always like, now where's the ending here?
Yeah, how can I end really punchy, you know? Where's the punchline?
You're trying to, it's like this is like the third act of every script is
Yeah.
like every conversation. Wow.
Yeah, that's what keeps it interesting. And if I can't do that, I shut my mouth.
Oh.
Or like if someone like asks me like a question at like a party or is like in a social setting and I don't have like a really thought out answer, I just go, I don't know.
Yep. Yeah, I know exactly where I can't have the pause exist of me thinking of a response. I would rather just go, I'll just say something is maybe ridiculous as possible or something that just completely like derails the conversation.
I
'Cause,
actually find you really easy to talk to in a social setting.
Thanks.
I think that
That's great to hear because that means don't worry about crumbs. It's
sorry,
okay.
he's got a bone.
He's got a bone and it's okay.
Will
Hi,
you
buddy.
hear the bone on the podcast,
No.
Mike? Because it
But-
would be cute if you just sat there and chewed it.
See, now he's going to do
Aw.
it.
That's all he needed.
That's all he needed was a little bone.
And it's not you can't hear it on the mic.
No. And even there's a well, now we can super hear it. Yeah. Can I put that? Can you guys hear that on the podcast?
Don't bother him. You don't know how to put a
You're going to give my dog another erection. Stop doing that.
No, we're not putting the erection thing in the podcast.
He has
He's
had an
just a
erection.
baby.
I'm going to say it so many times that it's going to be
No.
hard to avoid.
Stop.
Your dog's a horny freak.
No, he's not. He's really sweet and he doesn't think like that.
Yeah, well, behind closed doors.
No, he's actually just
I'd
really
say
nice
otherwise.
and lovely all the time.
But
You
that's
don't know
nice
like
of you
I
to
do.
say that I'm a good talker, that I'm a good conversation.
Yeah, you're a great talker.
That means that I've fooled you. Or at least in my brain, I've fooled you because in my brain, I'll go home after talking to anybody and I'll be like, you fucking idiot.
I don't even know where that's coming from, to be honest. I think you're just a very naturally charismatic guy. And I've
So
also
I'm a crazy
seen
person?
you. No.
So I'm crazy?
There's something going on here with this, like, you know,
What?
the things you're connecting. You're like, I'm shit at talking to people. And I'm like, you're actually really good at talking to people.
I know,
and then
but
you're like, oh, so I'm crazy.
No, but what I'm saying is that in my brain, like for me, like that means a lot to me that like you say I'm good at conversation, but I still will overthink everything I say is what I'm saying.
Well, I don't think you need to be honest. I've also seen this happen multiple times where we'll be hanging out after a show or something, one of your shows, or something like that. And then at this point, I've just started leaving because you'll sit and talk to people for like 45 minutes.
Yeah,
And I used
It's
to wait for
'cause-
you. Can't do it no more.
that's fair. It's because
It's so kind and nice, and you're just nice.
When I like
you're
talking,
very personable.
I like talking to people, but I also there's a part of me that feels bad that they had to sit through me talking. So I'm like,
Oh, I have
let
to
me-
do it back.
Let me listen to you.
I think sometimes I might come off as a little like I remember when I was filming my show, Bella, my co-star,
Yeah.
is so personable and so funny and so friendly.
Bella's awesome.
She's the best. And she's just really easy. Like when she like walks into a room, she just like kind of like lights it up, right?
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's ever said that about me in my entire life. They're like, when she walks into a room, there's this kind of like really frantic, nervous energy sets in, where I think we might all make her cry. But I used to get insecure because she would be like, oh, do you know like this person, Jack on set? And I'm like, I have no idea who you're talking about. And it's not because I'm pompous or think I'm too good for anyone. It's just because I'm so shy.
Yeah. But here's the thing. Another thing, like I always think that you do light up a room.
Oh,
But
gosh.
I know. Don't worry. You just did that to me.
Oh.
But and it hurts like crazy because you go, well, don't do that.
I know. I'm like,
But it's
oh,
true.
Shut up.
Shut up. But it's true. But I get the. It's
I don't light
true.
up no rooms.
But you know how you just did that to me, where I said, yeah, but I don't like the things I say, and you're like, well, that's stupid. That's stupid. But you're all. I get you are being shy, but you do present as like confident. But yours is in real time where you go, like, because I think I am like a slow release. Hatred, I think you are in real time, like, you'll be like, "Fa-fa-fa, I'm sorry, you want to kill me." And like,
I'm sorry. Was that the worst thing for me to say?
we're at
I
the.
love that.
But mine is like at the end of a party, I'll be like, I know you guys all hate me.
Yeah, you do.
Where
You do
I,
that
like,
a lot.
I'll wait until the very end and I'll be like, this was a dud, wasn't it?
Yeah, something
was
about
bad.
Jacob Sharp. He can't have 2 drinks without texting me the next day, being like, "Buddy, was I annoying last night?"
So I could probably tell that you guys are probably talking about me in some secret group chat and that I'm out of the friend group. Is that true?
Yeah,
Is that true about me?
I feel like that genuinely happens every time.
Because
But
I
also
pictured,
do it
I
too.
did the whole scenario in my head a few times, and every time ended with me out of the friend group. So is that true or not?
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
What's the like worst thing you ever did while you were drinking?
Worst thing I've ever done drinking?
The thing you woke
mean-
up the next day and you were like, "Oh God, I need to give myself a break."
I mean, when I was single, I mean, I think like sleeping with someone that I didn't know who they were, that was bad. That was something I didn't like.
Oh.
But like, what? Why are you like? That's true.
No, that was
It's
just such a
true.
sweet answer. I was
That's something I didn't like at all.
okay.
Another one is I tried to poop on the front lawn of the Hamilton Town Hall when I was out with Curtis and Dean one night.
Okay, so tried implies that you didn't succeed.
A little bit came out. Like a
okay.
little,
No, it's okay. I get it.
like a little amount of poo.
No, I get it.
Probably the same amount of poo as the same amount of erection that your dog had. At the
Stop
beginning of the
talking about that. I don't like
Okay,
it.
okay.
I don't like the erection talk. We're not doing poo. We're not doing erections. That's it. This is a clean podcast.
It's not true.
One time when I was drinking, it was New Year's Eve, 2018 or 2019.
Okay.
It was 2019. I was out with our friend Liam Goggin, and I had just started dating my now husband. We'd been dating for like 6 or 7 months, but I was still really mad at the like ex that I had before, Trevor.
Yep.
Because things didn't end well, and we're fine now. Like we're great.
Yeah.
But I was still really mad at him. So I was out with Liam, and I turned to Liam, and I'd had a few, of course, and I said, "Oh, should I text my ex and say, Happy New Year's? I hope you die tonight."
Chill.
And then Liam was like, no, you shouldn't
do that.
And I was like, okay, I'm going to do it. I can't believe you're making me do this right now.
Oh.
And then I texted him that, blocked him so that he couldn't respond. And then the next day I unblocked him and I said, I'm really sorry I really actually I hope you didn't die last night.
I don't know if you got the joke there, but I was kidding.
Yeah, I know we haven't spoken in like 4 months, but
that was
I
like,
hope you don't die tonight.
Did you miss the joke there?
Yeah.
Did that fly right over your head?
Yeah, I was like, I know you're not really involved in the alt comedy scene, but that was a joke. And
that's so funny. And like, did you think that maybe Liam would find it very funny? Like at first were you like, that's a funny idea, and then you went through with it?
Well, I think it's like always funny in theory to want to text your ex and say, I hope you die. Like that. But then when you actually hit send, it really makes you reflect on like why you would do something like that.
Is it because you told a person that you're okay with them dying? Is that why you kind of reflect on it?
I just think it's an embarrassing thing to do, to be honest. Like someone you haven't spoken to in 4 months who...
It is kind of cringe,
like,
yeah.
It had almost been like it had been like 8 months since we stopped seeing each other. So
okay.
Enough
like time to text that like, for sure then.
Yeah, like if it had maybe been like a week or something like that, but I certainly don't think the situation warranted I hope you die, because I didn't feel that way, but I just thought... Like I thought it would be funny for Liam, but then I'm like, oh, I actually just texted a real person with real thoughts. A
really mean thing. Like anyone else, like that is like ow.
Yeah, right.
Owie.
Can you imagine getting a text from an ex right now? Maybe even if someone like, let's say
anybody,
you didn't treat them the best.
Anybody.
And anybody in the whole world, and they're like, I hope you die tonight.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's actually, I think, especially like, you said on New Year's, right? Mm-hmm. Like
that's a time of celebration, to be honest.
Well, celebration and also like
growth.
This is where I turn it around. This is where there's a new me now this year.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be different. I'm gonna be better. Maybe even thinking about your relationship being like that. I was wrong to do that.
Can you imagine?
I was bad, and I'm gonna be better. And then that night, it just affirms it of like, I hope you die.
Yeah, I also think that there's part of you, I think we all want to feel this when a relationship ends. We always want to be like, I got out on top. And that is sending a clear message that I did not.
I might have been the issue there. I'm sorry.
I think I made the right decision.
I made a great decision. That's super mean.
Yeah, super mean. And then also just having to walk it back the next morning and be like, I think I literally said, I don't know why I thought this was going to be funny, but in my head, it was the greatest joke I've ever told.
It is a really, like, in the moment, now knowing it with this perspective, it's super funny.
Yeah.
It actually this is one of those things that got better with time.
Yeah. But maybe I'll follow up.
You should.
I think after that conversation, we didn't talk for maybe 3 years.
And until right now?
No, literally until like quite recently.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did he bring that up?
No, thank God. He commented when I posted my show was coming out last summer. He commented on one of my posts. So we it was one of those breakups where you don't follow each other on Instagram no more.
Yep.
So we followed each other on Instagram and then just got to chatting. And then he invited me to a party with all of his friends.
Nice.
Of course, I didn't go because I don't think that's a great place to meet someone. It was like a philosopher themed party.
Wait, this is recently.
This was like, I think in November.
Wow.
That he invited me to this party.
Were you
that
worried?
Was philosopher themed.
Were you worried that it might have been a trap after your whole death threat?
Well, I definitely, there is a part of me that I'm like, do you want to make me feel stupid in front of your friends? What is a philosopher?
Are you gonna cover me in blood
party?
like in the movie Carrie?
Yeah, you're gonna cover me in pig's blood. Also, that doesn't sound like a very fun party. No offense.
Yeah, to be like, what, talk about like Plato?
Yeah, I don't know who I would go as. Genuinely.
Socrates.
Yeah, all old people. It's also
these,
really
like,
easy to
olds.
become a famous philosopher when barely anybody's ever had a thought about anything at the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Socrates, was it really that important what he was saying, or was just a lot of people saying it? Sorry, let me walk back. Was
Wait.
Socrates really that smart, or was there just nobody? Like, it's not like if
I know what you mean. Like just to be like the first guy to be like,
to think about stuff.
what's up there?
Yeah, I think that if I existed back in the time of Socrates and like the circumstances around women's rights
Right.
wasn't what it was, I think I could have gone down as one of the greats.
I think so too.
I could now, but I'm too shy to share my opinion. So
You don't think circumstance would have affected that at all?
Nope. I think I would have overcome.
If I was back in the day, I would have stopped Hitler. I would have. I probably would have invented like most stuff.
Yeah.
Like most stuff would have been like patented Jacob Sharp.
Yep.
And then, like, dude, like I don't want to sound like I'm a nice guy,
Yeah.
and like the whole like woman thing would have been
You would have
totally
picked-
chill.
Yeah, I know.
It would have been like
Things would have
everyone
gone
would
a
like
lot different if I was back. Sorry. If I was back then.
If I was
back then.
Yep.
Things would have gone a lot different.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
all I can say about
if it
civil
was
rights,
Jill, if it
human
was you and
history.
I,
Oh,
we would
yeah.
have been like, hey,
Yeah, like, you know, when
enough.
honestly, I'm glad that we brought this up because I always thought that about like the Twilight series. These people have been around for 300 years. The
Yeah.
Cullens, and I'm like, why didn't you stop any of that from happening? You could have, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like it's just like
Like, you can't die. You're gonna live forever. So why not?
yeah. Why not like chill out a little bit?
No, opposite.
Or is that- oh, like
Don't chill
ramp it
out.
up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
ramp it up. Fight some crime.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, you're immortal. Like, and you guys are
Yeah,
just
what have
like
you got to
creeping
lose?
around,
Yeah, you just like live in a house.
playing baseball in the woods and
Yeah,
shit.
graduate high school over and over.
Yeah.
Dumbest thing. That's
Yeah,
the dumb-
exactly.
Can you
No, let's run it
imagine
back with backpacks.
spending eternity graduating from high school over and over and over again? Why
That-
would Stephanie Meyer write that?
That is actually a like true hell.
Yeah. No
of-
wonder the guy's walking around so depressed and sulky.
Yeah, no
I
wonder
would
the
be
whole
too.
movie everyone's like gray. Like the
Yeah.
whole movie everyone's like a nice like blue tone gray.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really visually it's a bummer.
I completely disagree on that, but
You do? Oh, you like it?
yeah, I think that that's a masterpiece that we're never gonna get again in our lifetime.
I have only seen half of the first movie.
You haven't seen the Twilight
I
series?
have not seen I've seen the baseball scene over and over again because it makes me laugh.
Okay.
There's bits and pieces that I've seen, because it was one of those things that like it's been on and I've sat down for like 20 minutes and I've watched it and I'm like I don't understand any of this.
Okay, we're gonna
Which is-
make a trauma dump. It's gonna be a 4-part.
Oh, we're
episode.
watching.
Yeah, we're
Okay.
gonna do a rewatch, a Twilight rewatch. You're gonna watch it for the first time. then
I
we'll
think
sit
that
down and
sounds
talk
really
about
fun.
it. Yeah,
Because I don't like. I just found out that someone names their kid Loch Ness or Nessie,
Nessie. Yeah,
and they
you
freak
can't-
out and they're like, "You named my daughter after Loch Ness?"
Yeah, but you need the full context of
Mm.
that scene to really understand how crazy it is. You're not prepared for
Okay.
that saga.
Well, now I'm
And
excited.
I'm not going to tell you anymore because it's a surprise.
Okay. So, anyways, though, you think that that if they're immortal,
They should have done stuff.
should have done a lot more.
Do you want to know something? This is kind of like maybe a little transition into something I wanted to talk about.
Okay.
But speaking of like historical events, I watched the movie Dunkirk recently.
Oh yeah.
And then I learned about the evacuation of Dunkirk. And I found my voice already. I found that I can't talk about like the actual like historical event.
So
of
you thought it was
Dunkirk.
funny?
No.
Okay.
No, I can't talk about the evacuation of Dunkirk without like tearing up a little bit.
Yeah.
I was trying to tell my mom about the actual story of it.
Oh, you were trying to educate your mom on Dunkirk.
Yeah. Do you want to know? Like, should I tell you what happened?
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
Yeah.
It was the Battle of Dunkirk. It was in France in World War II, and there was there was 400,000 of them stranded on the beach. Okay, and the Axis was. It's not funny.
I know,
It's
but
not
it's
funny.
just
It's not
you
funny.
make me laugh though. That this whole thing is making me laugh.
Okay, but just listen because
Okay, I'm
it's
listening.
actually really touching. There was like 400,000 soldiers stranded on the beach, and Winston Churchill was like, we can get home maybe 30,000.
Yeah.
Circumstances were so dire. The Axis was closing in. You know the Axis, of course.
Sorry, the Axis? Mm-hmm. Like as in the enemies?
Yeah.
Yes.
They're closing in. And then they couldn't get them out. They couldn't evacuate all of them. So it was going to be like one of the most failed, like the worst evacuations in history, right? So what they did.
You stop smiling at me. You can't.
Are you aware?
If
of the
you're
little
gonna make fun of me for laughing, then you gotta stop smiling at me while saying this.
Do you know the little ships of Dunkirk? So basically,
I don't. Could you educate me on the little ships of Dunkirk?
It's not funny. It's really beautiful.
I know, but it sounds like a rendition of Thomas the Tank Engine.
The little ships of Dunkirk. We're never going to see that again. Okay? We're never going to see the little ships of Dunkirk again because we're all too self-obsessed. We would never. So basically what happened, we're all too busy scrolling
We're
our
all too
phones.
busy.
No, a
We're
civilian
such a me
fleet-
generation. We'll never have the little ships of Dunkirk.
We're never going to have the little ships of Dunkirk again because we're all too busy staring at our phones, okay? But here's what happened. So just listen. It's not funny. It's not funny.
That's such a silly.
So all these soldiers are stranded on the beach. You hear? So they sent out this call, and like 800 civilian ships went out from England,
Yeah.
sailed across the channel, and evacuated 380,000 soldiers.
I don't know why this is so funny.
It's not funny. Winston Churchill thought they were going to save like 30,000. They saved like 350,000.
That's incredible.
Yeah. And I can't really talk about it without getting emotional, as you can see. But
Yeah.
I just think that was like,
You actually do have a bit of gloss in your eyes. I'm not joking.
like trying not to cry right now because it's a little embarrassing. But I was telling this story to my mom when we were in Greece a couple weeks ago. Sorry, I was telling this story to my mom when we were in Greece a couple weeks ago, and then I genuinely was like,
like hyperventilating.
yeah, because I was like, I just think that's so beautiful, and it's not something.
It is-
I'm not trying to be funny. We're never gonna see that again. We won't see it in the little ships of Dunkirk
you're
again
right.
in our lifetime.
But it is like it is a true underdog story.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And it's also just community taking care of each other. You know what we have now that's the equivalent? People filming themselves giving homeless people money.
That is super funny. That's
Don't
super
do that
true.
anymore.
Don't enough of
How
that.
are we still doing that, to
Were
be
they?
honest?
Yeah, you think that you were Winston Churchill evacuating?
He didn't do
They-
fuck all. He was like, that's why they had to call in the ships.
Yeah, but like you, that's the thing is they're also being him because they're not doing fuck all.
Oh, true. Sorry.
Like-
You also know what he said? Know what he said that was really cunty after?
What?
He said something where he was like, basically saying like, okay, it's fine that we did that we saved 300,000 people, but wars aren't won by evacuations.
Whoa.
Real pull yourself up by the bootstraps kind of guy,
Yeah.
I guess.
That's always my favorite stuff when like leaders are like we're not running away.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, well then you go.
Yeah.
You
it's
go
like,
talk to 'em.
weren't
You go
on
talk to those
you weren't
hundreds of
on
people with
the-
guns.
The beach of Dunkirk.
Yeah.
You weren't getting trench foot on the beach
No,
of
you were
Dunkirk.
sitting up there being like, who am I gonna boss around next?
Yeah.
Like leaders are bossy.
I could have done.
I could have
If I
told.
was around during World War II, things would have gone real different.
I could have given the army lots of attitude. I could have done that no problem. But you know what I would have done? I would have walked right up to the Axis and I would have went.
You know what I
I
would
would
have
have
said?
went.
I genuinely believe this, and tell me if this is delusional.
Okay.
But I genuinely believe any world conflict that's happened in the past or currently put me in a room with those leaders.
Get me in there.
Yeah, get me in there. Let's sit down. I could resolve it in 20 minutes.
Yep. I've always said that about you, Jill. I was like, get Jill into the whatever boardroom World War I was in. Get Jill into that boardroom. They're walking out hand in hand.
I know. That's what I think. Because I'm like, guys, is it really that serious? And they would say, no.
What, you live over there, I live over here? Get over it.
I'd say, let's go to the bar. Let's get a couple Aperol spritzes.
Yeah.
And let's chat it out.
Okay. I also saw Dunkirk recently. Well, not recently. I saw it 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Did you like it? Did you cry?
I did a lot.
Did you cry when Barry Keoghan? Is it Barry Keoghan or Barry Cogan or Barry Keoghan?
I say it the last part like softly.
I say Cogan.
Cogan, okay.
Or
I do the Barry Keoghan.
Everyone's saying Keoghan and I think it's wrong.
I think because it looks like Keegan.
That's what I thought.
But now you go Cogan.
Well, because I looked it up and apparently that's how you pronounce it. But I've heard nobody say it like that. But did you cry when he hit his head and got a concussion and died?
I got really stressed out. During most of the movie, I got stressed out.
It's stressful. That's Christopher Nolan.
Well, he always does movies where it's like...
This is what I have to say to Christopher Nolan. Fuck you.
Enough of that.
Guess what? I didn't like Oppenheimer.
Enough of this mind-blowing shit. Enough of this going like, you're not going to believe it. How about a movie I could believe?
Yeah.
How about a movie that doesn't make me like super sweaty in the stomach while I'm watching it?
Yeah. Here's an idea for Christopher Nolan. How about you don't need to take an already super complicated, complex situation and make it the most difficult to understand thing on the planet?
Yeah. Don't put a beloved pop star in that boat. So I go, what's happening to that?
Who's the pop star? Harry Styles. Right. Sorry, I forgot.
Why would you put the most handsome guy that we all love
and make him awful
and make him like a bad guy and like he's gonna die too?
Yeah.
And I have to worry about him now?
Yeah, we should he should make, who is that guy? I was gonna say, never mind.
Christopher Nolan?
No, I was gonna say he should make movies like Quentin Tarantino, but I don't want that either.
Why, so I can see a bunch of guys' feet?
Well, I was just saying because he kind of reimagines like.
Yeah, like he like makes it like kind of like a revenge story where he's like, this is what he does what you and I have been talking about the whole time. He's like, here's what I would have done.
Yeah, but then it's all gross and pervy too.
Yeah, it is because he's like, I would have let Sharon Tate live so we can all look at her feet.
Yeah. You want to know something? Sorry, I know we're really derailing this, but just on the topic of movies, I watched Pulp Fiction for the first time like 4 months ago.
And?
I could not believe that this is the movie that I've been hearing about being one of the greatest films of all time for my entire life. Trevor turned it off and I was like, that was it? That was this movie that every single film bro I've ever met has been like, you've got to watch Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, because there are movies like that. Like I saw Citizen Kane recently and I did not care for it at all.
Yeah, where it's like
old.
This is the greatest movie of all time. I beg to differ.
Yeah.
Someone hasn't seen Twilight New Moon.
You haven't seen Breaking Dawn Part 2?
Yeah, someone hasn't seen Breaking Dawn Part 2. Someone hasn't seen Edward and Bella make love on that beach. Sorry, you haven't seen it. No spoilers.
It's okay. I'm excited now.
Someone hasn't seen the final plot twist in Breaking Dawn Part 2.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't wait. You can't wait to watch it.
I can't wait to watch it.
Yep.
That'll be episodes 2, 3, and 4, and 5.
Yeah, and then we're canceling
And then that's it.
That's
5
it.
episodes, most of it's Twilight.
You were saying you watched Dunkirk.
So I did watch Dunkirk, and it would have been last year. I was watching it, and it was the first time I've ever seen it, and it was one of those things where I was like, all right, Mr. Nolan, let's see what you did. Let's see how cool you made this war. And it is like really intense, and it's a visually nice movie. And while watching it, I started to really recognize that I will never in my life, like I swear to God, I know for a fact that I will never be in a war.
I don't think you need to be.
I know that I would offer nothing to a war. I would offer absolute nothing.
Okay, so what happens?
So
draft starts tomorrow.
Draft starts tomorrow.
They come knocking at your door.
I go break all my toes and fingers, and I show up and I go, I tried to hold a gun and it didn't work. This is what happened. I broke all my fingers and toes. I tried to hold a gun and it didn't work. So I'm probably not going to be good for this, guys.
Yeah, I don't think that you would be good. And like, I can't picture you like being shell shocked. You know what I mean? Yeah,
like could you imagine me like dirty with like a big helmet on, being like, wait up? I feel like when I would shoot a gun, it would go like, pa-doo.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it wouldn't-
like flowers would come
Like it
out.
would bounce off them.
Yeah.
Like the bullet would genuinely bounce off their shirt.
Yeah, and then you'd go, I'm sorry, are you mad at me?
I'd be
Am
like-
I being weird?
I would, like, I actually would go up to like a dead body and be like, we're good though, right?
Yeah.
Like
You're not mad at me, right?
like we're
Sorry,
cool.
that was really intense.
Sorry, that I got really mad there.
Yeah.
But I want you to know, I still think you're a cool person.
Yeah.
I really like
Yeah.
you. I think we actually should hang out sometime if you weren't dead because of me.
What do you think I would be like in a war scenario? Like if I got
I
drafted
think
tomorrow.
you would hear like war would be starting and you would be like on FaceTime with someone being like, yeah, this sucks.
Yeah. Complaining.
Like complaining all the time, being like, but like not even complaining about like getting shot at, like complaining about like, you're not going to believe what that person said. You're not going to
Yeah.
believe how
Like
rude.
gossiping.
Yeah, like our corporal is so rude.
Yeah. I just feel like he doesn't need to speak to me that
He
way.
does. He belittled me in front of everybody. And
That's
like,
exactly what I
and
would
like,
do.
and like in war, like they will belittle. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like that's like classic. What is it? Full Metal Jacket, where he's like all the like sergeant's always mean. He's always
Mm-hmm.
you're ugly.
That would make me more upset than probably ending someone's life if someone was mean to me.
Yeah, yeah,
Because at least in the second scenario, I'm in control.
yeah. I think you would overhear you on FaceTime going like, I don't know why they're so rude to me. We're on the same side.
Yeah, right? Yeah, I'm getting
We're
mad
fight-
preemptively at this theoretical scenario. It's already stressful enough. None of us want to be here.
Yep.
We don't need to make it worse by treating each other like this.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I think the hardest part, you're right. I don't think I would have any problem killing anyone.
Yeah.
I think I could actually go crazy if given the chance.
You could go ballistic. Yeah.
Yeah. I think I would shock everybody.
You
What I
have-
would not stand for, however, is like snippy attitude.
Yeah, you could definitely take a life, but you wouldn't be able to handle like the repercussions of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Or even just like someone taking a tone with me.
Yeah,
I would
yeah,
never say
yeah.
anything directly to them, but you
Yeah.
know that my mom and sister would hear about it in the group
Absolutely,
chat. Okay?
absolutely. Yeah. Not only I'm fine with taking like a young person's life that I'm fighting against in a meaningless war, but the work environment is very toxic.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I would complain about.
Yep. But I just think that like I think both of us would be pretty bad in a war. But I know that because while watching Dunkirk, and I have both my cats on either side of me.
Mm-hmm.
Both like a new cat and an old cat, and I just Uber Eats a bagel. Like so
Okay.
I didn't so I'm eating a bagel that I got someone
Yeah.
biked to me.
A famously hard food to make at home.
Yeah, really
Mm-hmm.
hard. Especially going to the store, getting a bagel. I don't want to go through the rigmarole because I'm already sweating thinking about it.
Yeah, of
I'm actually
course.
going fucking crazy. I'm really mad thinking about it. But so I'm eating a bagel that I Uber Eats, and I have two cats on either side of me, and I'm watching the scene where the boat's like filling up, and they're like fuck, fuck, fuck. I'm watching that, and as I take a bite of my bagel, I look at both my cats, I go, brutal, and
Like in the most privileged situation
in the most
ever.
like a
Was anyone there?
Nope, it was just me and my two cats. And thank God, because but my cats checked me the way a person would have. Like, you know how a person would be like if you saw that, you'd be like, oh, like, hey,
Yeah, like
you're
that
like,
really happened.
like an old king,
yeah.
like in the gladiator times, being like, release the lion, like that.
Yeah.
Like an old gluttonous, like eating grapes like this, like eating
Yeah.
grapes like up.
yeah.
But eating like my bagel like that,
Yeah.
and then like dusting the crumbs off my tummy, and going brutal, like I've done it before, like
Like
been
you've
there,
ever-
fellas. And then both,
You've ever been in any scenario remotely close
never in
to
my
that?
life. I've barely been in a boat.
Have you ever feared for your life?
Well,
Got diagnosed with a terminal
Can't-
illness like 3 years ago.
outside of the tumor inside my brain, still.
Yeah, outside
No.
of the tumor where they told you afterwards you're lucky to be alive
Yeah.
right now.
Outside of that, never have I been farther away from death.
Okay.
So I've never known when I think of a boat sinking, I think of like a cartoon well, I'll just plug it with a big cork. Like but and my cats also they knew right away. They were like my cats kind of looked back at me like what the fuck is this guy
They're like,
talking
this
about?
guy's
I'm
responsible
not
for our
joking.
life and safety.
I'm not joking. Nugget got up and walked away.
He was like, you're not an alpha.
He was just like, "Bleh, all right. We're here for him now." I realize I'm
Do
not.
cats have alphas and betas?
I don't know.
Are they in packs or not?
Like
No.
house cats?
Well, like
Okay.
big cats.
Like big cats. Big cats are definitely there's alpha. Yeah, 100%. Like
Oh yeah,
like
lions
like
live in
lions, they
packs.
they're in packs and like
But do cheetahs
cheetahs.
or cheetahs do live in packs?
I don't know. I have no idea. I've never once like looked at my cat and being like, I wonder if cheetahs are in packs.
I'm just wondering.
Hey.
I'm trying to gain the context of like the dynamic of
your,
your
like-
household, who's
Yeah.
in charge. Definitely not you.
Definitely not me. If I was like a lion, like I am definitely beta. Like I am in the background. Like
You wouldn't actually be in the pride.
yeah, I wouldn't be anywhere close.
They don't have boys in the pride.
I wouldn't even be like Scar though.
Someone
like I
hasn't been
wouldn't.
keeping up on lion lore recently.
Yeah.
The boys have to leave the pride when they reach
do?
adolescence. Yeah, they have to go start their own.
Oh. Yeah, I wouldn't. I would stick around for as long as I could.
Just wait to be killed.
I would be like, yeah, I'd be like Will Ferrell and Step Brothers. I'd be like, I'm gonna stick around until I'm 40.
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna be here a long time.
Yeah, I'd be like, I'm not gonna survive out there.
I'm
so
the type of like rich kid where they stick around so long that they just get the house.
yeah,
Like where they're like, one day this is all be mine, and then the parent does die, and they're like, now this is mine.
yeah.
Like that would be me. I mean, I'll die before my parents, but so probably not.
Why?
I'm just
I don't
kidding.
like when you say that.
Why?
You just so casually sometimes will be like, I'm gonna die before all of you.
But it helps me deal with the fact that it could happen.
Yeah, but that's same as me. I have probably just as much chance of dying as early as you.
Really?
I think so. Once a psychic told me that I was gonna die young.
Oh, okay.
And she also said,
Like-
whoa, this is heavy. You want to talk about trauma. This is
Okay.
heavy.
Uh-oh.
My best friend and I went to a psychic, paid her $70, and it was not worth it, by the way, in case you were wondering.
See, that's the thing is like, that's the problem I have right away with, you paid $70 to have someone tell you like bad news. Like if you're the psychic, you better know the business and
Yeah.
know that you have to tell people like good stuff. Being
She
like,
did tell me good stuff too, but
But-
one she slid in, and it was so like, she just slid it in so nonchalantly. I didn't even catch it. My best friend told me afterwards, but she said that this was my soul's last life on planet Earth. This life that I'm living
Whoa.
right now. Imagine how heavy. At the time, I'm like living in a basement, working 3
Yeah,
minimum
you're
wage
like-
jobs. I'm like, okay, I have to go host at a restaurant after this. Like,
Okay,
I'm really
great.
living it
Yeah.
up on my last life.
I have to like, okay, great, because I have to go get yelled at by guys on King Street. Great.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay, I guess I'm gonna clock in and for people
Yeah.
making $400,000 a year.
yeah, that's like a lot of pressure.
Yeah,
You'd be
it
like,
was
you
a lot
better
of
make it
pressure.
worth it.
I know, because I'm like, I
'Cause your
don't feel like I'm
your
doing a good job.
soul?
My soul's last life on Earth.
It's a lot to tell someone that this is their soul's like last chance, but it's also a lot to like drop the information that souls die.
But I don't know what
That's-
that means. Where do I go after?
Exactly.
Like what happens? My last life on Earth, but am I going somewhere else? I guess I'll keep you guys updated.
yeah, so like there's a heaven for me and then there's a heaven for my soul. Does that make sense?
She
'Cause,
said
like-
on planet Earth. Like this is my last life on
Yeah,
planet
but
Earth.
like
so
I
don't-
imagine your soul will go to heaven.
Yeah, maybe, and I just am there for eternity. Like maybe I've done my rounds and that's all I have to do. But
Yeah, but like that's I don't believe her.
I choose not to believe her either.
Yeah.
Uh,
I think that's a crock of shit.
She also said my dad was going to be fined.
Oh, so right now I'd say she's 0 for 2.
Yeah, she really is.
Well,
over
she's
two.
definitely 0 for 1.
Oh, and she also said that she's like, your boyfriend is going to propose to you. And I'm like, ring on my finger, married as fuck.
Yeah, that'd be. I wish you like went. Like, you said that like you were like cringe. You're like, yeah, no shit, lady. Yeah,
No shit, Sherlock.
yeah. Oh, cool. Way to use your eyes, dumbass.
Yeah. No, she goes, he's not going to propose yet, but sometime in the next 4 years. I'm like, hello.
Hello. Yeah, that just happened.
Yeah. I ain't wearing his mama's ring for fun.
Yeah. Hey, there's a little toy. It's plastic. I got it at a gumball machine.
Yeah. Yeah, this is solid gold and diamonds.
So she told you that you were gonna die. Your
Which-
soul was gonna die.
that my soul, she didn't say my soul was going to die. I just wouldn't come back to planet Earth as like in this physical form ever again. She said my soul
Also-
will have learned by the end of this lifetime all that I needed to learn.
Also, that feels like she's like making you like she's like trying to get you to care about what your soul's gonna be next. Like I hate to
I wasn't caring about it now, but now it's all I think about.
but like sorry lady, but like I don't care who my soul has been before and I don't give a darn who it's gonna be after. It's me right now and that's Like, are you telling me that I'm like, I need to have empathy and like take care of this soul for the next guy? Like,
Yeah.
that's dumb. I think that's dumb.
I'm happy that you have such a self-assured way to look at it, because I certainly didn't. But
Well,
she
for sure,
told
'cause
me,
in real time, I'm sure it shook you.
yeah, because I was like, whoa, what do you mean I won't get another chance? Like this, I already, my life's great, but also like I'm really happy, but this can't be my last go of it. I thought maybe I would get to be super rich,
Yeah.
at least like my parents like have like a house in Markham or something like that. Like, that's kind of the
Like my parents would own like a cottage that we go to every summer.
yeah. Sorry, that's a really niche like Toronto person only joke, but it's
No,
like a
that's-
nice suburb, and it's a nice suburb and out of the city. Yeah, you'd think like my parents would have at least like had a cottage in the Cortez or something like that. You
In the
know?
Cortez.
The Cortez, yeah.
Yeah, I think you would. Yeah, I want to go to a psychic and I want them to just self-affirm like nice stuff, like nice Ontario stuff. Like, be like, in the next life you're gonna have sea-doos. Like,
Yeah, in the next life what do you mean this is my last
what are you
my
talking
last life
about?
on Earth, and I don't have no cottage and
Yeah.
no Niagara on the lake?
so you're telling me that the next version of me isn't gonna have like nice like Roxy bathing suits?
Yeah.
Like they're not like I'm not gonna have like brand name like Billabong shorts.
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to drive my speedboat up to a Boston Pizza.
Yeah. So you're not gonna tell me that I'm like a regular at most marinas?
Yeah.
On like Lake Huron.
And this is supposed to be my last life on Earth. Okay.
Okay.
So she says that. She says,
So-
this is my last life on Earth. And I think that cannot be, because
Mm-hmm.
I assure you,
I swear
must
to
do this
God, I'm
again.
actually gonna like thrive in the next few lives.
Yeah, I would love to come back as a kid who has a cottage in the Cortez region. Okay, so I'm not done yet. I refuse.
Yep.
He sends, I go up to heaven and God's like, congrats, you're done. You don't have to do another life. I'm going to take God by this, like his shirt.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say, put me back and give me a cottage in the
Yeah.
Cortez.
Give him the old Waiata.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to go like this to God. I will do it.
Listen here,
I'll
mister.
do this to God. Yeah. Say, listen here, mister.
Here,
Give me a
mister.
cottage in the Cortez and
Yeah.
a couple sea-doos.
Yeah.
Or you're going to get
You're gonna
a
get a
knuckle
bait. You're gonna get a
sandwich.
bait. Yeah, a knuckle.
Yeah.
You're gonna learn a lesson.
Yeah. You're going to learn a lesson from me.
Side note, we found it. I have a small head. I have a smaller head than Curtis, and he has a
That's so
big
hard
head.
to believe.
I have a big face but a small head.
And he has opposite.
He has no. Oh yeah. Well, he's got like a normal face, but got a big fucking head in there.
Mm.
And I put on his hat, and it like my ears get like it's not even like they're tucked in, like it's like way over top of them. And with
That's
his
really
hat on,
funny.
we found out that I look like a kid who would call an adult Mister. With a big
I
hat on,
wanna
I look
see
like
that.
I look up at everybody. Like I look like I go, gee willikers, Mister.
I want to see that.
I'll show you a photo.
Next time we're all hanging out,
Yeah.
you guys are switching hats.
Switching hats because and his sits on top of his head like a little leaf. Like it's like like it fell onto his head.
Oh, does he not
It just-
tuck it into, like he doesn't?
We can't even get it over his scalp.
'Cause
Can't get
his
over his
head is
hair.
so big.
He's got a big head.
You guys heard it here first. Curtis Connor has a big head.
Big noodle. Big noodle. We'll have Kurt on. We'll be like, show us
Yeah.
that big fucking head of yours.
That's going to be his trauma.
Mhm.
Big head.
Having a big head.
Big head that his friends will make fun of him for.
Mm-hmm. Because I just have like a little cute head.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just-
Yeah, for sure.
yeah.
You do.
Yeah.
You are one of the only people I could see bald.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thank
it
God.
works for you. I know,
Thanks.
thank God, because you didn't really have a choice,
Thank
did
God.
you?
No. Anyways, back to your story.
Oh,
So yes. So yeah, if you were God, you'd be go like
God like this.
Ugh.
But this woman says, also, do you hear my knuckles like cracking?
I don't. Oh, I do now.
Ew,
I-
so
yeah, your
gross.
wrist. Are you okay?
Yeah, I don't know. That's always happened.
Like it's a consistent crack too.
yeah, is that
Like it's the
supposed to
same
happen when
same
you're
bone
26?
breaking every time.
I don't know. I
Like
feel
if a doctor looked at me like, well, at least it's consistent. So yeah, tell me
Okay.
about this psychic lady.
So she said the three things that I remember the takeaway being. She said that this was my soul's last life on planet Earth.
Yeah.
Okay. She said my dad was going to be fine. Spoiler alert, he's not fine.
Yes.
Absolutely not.
And
Probably
we'll-
the
we'll-
least fine that you could be.
Yeah. Do you want to talk?
Yeah, do you wanna call him?
Do you want to? Oh, me?
Yeah. Do you want him to call into the podcast?
I don't have Heaven's number.
Yeah. Yeah, we can't call him in because he's dead.
Mm-hmm.
So she got that wrong. And then she also
Yeah.
said, your boyfriend's going to propose to you soon. Hello.
Yeah, no shit. Maybe he meant like if you had like what's the male version of a mistress? Would it be a mister?
Maybe. I guess so.
If you had like a little pool boy kicking around.
No, she said
There's-
my current boyfriend who I was dating at the time. And
I'm
I
saying-
swear to...
I'm saying, what if you had like what if you had like a secret boyfriend?
I did not have a secret boyfriend.
Oh.
My marital bed doesn't need to be discussed on this podcast. But that's between us and the Lord.
If I was like, okay, then stop bringing it up then.
Let's
Stop
keep
fucking bringing
talking
it
about
up.
it. So yeah, I think that psychic was a crock of shit.
That is a crock. I'm not a big psychic guy.
Well, I am.
You are.
Yeah, I went to a medium after my dad died. Real freaky stuff.
Yeah.
I'll show you the papers after. It's going to scare you.
Uh,
We'll do a podcast episode where I just read out that, and
Okay.
it's going to be really heavy.
Maybe we could bring a Ouija board out.
No, you're not supposed to do that. I've seen enough horror movies, and that's how you invite a demon into your home.
Well, we can do it at my house. I don't care.
No, because but
I always won't be
sometimes-
mad if we have a demon at our house. I'm kind of like the demon of our house already.
Yeah. No, but sometimes they attach to people, or so I've heard, instead of homes, and I just don't need that.
If I was like
negative
the
presence in my
Insidious guy,
life.
where the Darth Maul would be behind me. Have you seen that?
No, I don't watch horror movies, and I never will.
Right.
Actually, I was dating someone who you know. Every time I would go over to his house, he'd be like, "I have the
Yep.
sickest movie press to watch," and I'd be like, "Haha, yeah,
Yep.
so excited," and then I would be like, actually trying not to shit my pants.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's fair. I pretended to be really. I got really into poetry because I was pretending at first.
Oh.
And then it ended with a 2-year-long cheating escapade in a relationship.
Fuck. Do you have
'Cause
poems?
she-
Do you have poems that you wrote from that time?
On my computer, yes.
Can you please?
I still have that laptop, so I can pull it up.
Can we actually?
We can absolutely do it. This
a
is where I got
poetry
cheated
reading?
on in that insane way. Because
Can
she
we
was
have
really,
an
she was really,
entire
yep, 100%.
podcast where we talk about
she was really into poetry, and then I was like, well, and I've never written a poem in my life at the time, and I went, me too. I love it.
You guys also need to
And I-
picture. This is not the Jacob Sharp that you're seeing right now. He
This is
had.
not.
Well, I think the most important distinction.
I-
he had hair. He had
I had hair, and I was
skinny jeans,
the tightest pants,
the tightest
and,
pants, tank top sometimes.
tank tops. I look like if a member of an emo band became a DJ, and it
And
was
you were
like,
writing poetry.
and I wanted anyone to like me. I dated a girl before this. I dated a girl for like too long. It was too long after she said that I look like a French bulldog. Like early on, she said, she was like, "You look like a type of dog," and I was like, "Well, that's nice. What kind of dog?" And she said, "French bulldog," and I was like, "Huh, the ugliest one." I mean, like not like Crumbs though. Crumbs is really cute.
No,
like,
but the
if-
reason why I like his breed is because they're so ugly. They're cute.
yeah, I'm like, yeah. So the ones that look like they got hit in the face by a car.
Yeah.
And so that's the one I look like. I look like a scrunched up faced dog. And this is when I had hair too, and I was like,
That's
you should
dramatic.
see bald me. Bald me looks more like a French bulldog than hair me. But I dated her. I heard that, and I was like, I could probably make this work. So yeah,
I don't think I've ever had that.
I made poetry work for too long too, and then I got
really
cheated
want to
on.
read your poems. I really want to read your
Oh, we will.
poems.
I thought, and I was like the only.
I have a poetry account I can look up too. We should read each other our poetry.
Okay, what was yours called?
I can't talk about it. I need to. You had a poetry account on Instagram?
Huh. It was called Elephant Picnic.
That's
Jill,
really
it was called
bad.
Elephant Picnic.
Oh,
Now, do you understand why I still like Owl City?
that like wounded me
I know.
physically.
You know what that took out of me? I actually think I have another tumor because of that. Because telling you that gave me another tumor. I have cancer again because I told you that. Elephant Picnic.
That's. I would take that to my grave. You're really brave.
I'm really
like,
brave for saying
admitting
that, right?
Yeah. I'm really excited for that episode. Okay, so we literally have
So
like
we have-
an entire season of a podcast.
Yeah, absolutely.
We have to do our Twilight recap,
Twilight recap.
reading each other's poetry.
Read each other's poetry.
On
This is
this-
everything that everyone can look forward to in this podcast.
Yeah.
If you
Should-
wa-
Should we like? I don't know, because it's called Trauma Dump. Have we really talked about trauma at all?
Yeah, I think like everything we've talked about so far is our minor traumas. I think maybe we do an intro that says like, I'm Jacob.
Yeah.
I had brain cancer. I'm Jill. I have a dead dad.
I have
dad
dead
died.
dad.
I have dead dad, and I have ouch.
Yeah.
I have youch.
Yeah, I have
youch in my
and
head.
I have dead, and I have I miss my dad.
Where is he?
Yeah. Where did he go?
Is that the intro? It's just us being like, just goofy. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, the whole life looked at me and went, "Honk."
Yeah, I think it would
Yeah.
be really great if my dad's like friends and family heard me saying that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think so too.
they would like it.
Is there gonna be stuff where you're like, are you comfortable talking about like that stuff and like having family here? Because like
Yeah.
in case they do.
Well, I don't think I would say anything that anyone. What's he gonna do? Like what? You know what I mean? It's about my
Yeah,
dad,
it's
and
about-
he's
yeah.
not. He's not gonna stop me.
When he's your dad, for Pete's sakes.
Yeah, he's my dad for Pete's sake.
Yeah.
So no, I don't. No, I don't think so.
Mr. Sakes was my dad. You could call me Pete's sake.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. It was a stupid joke.
Yeah.
I said Mr. Sakes was my dad.
It
You can call me
was
Pete's
so
sake.
dumb that my brain rejected it.
Yeah, you
at
said
first.
what?
Yeah.
Which is usually the social cue where someone says, "Don't say it again," but I go, "I'll say it again just in case this does get a laugh this
yeah, and
time."
then you mutter it under your breath, all weird.
I'll say it a third time if you want, but I'll say it loud and
No,
proud.
it's actually
Mr. Sake. All right. You call me Pete's sake.
yeah. Welcome to Trauma Dump. Sorry.
Welcome to Trauma Dump.
Welcome to Trauma Dump. My name is Jillian, and
My name is Jacob.
and my big trauma is that I have dead dad.
Yep. Dead dad syndrome.
I have dead dad syndrome, meaning he's not around anymore. And Jacob's big T trauma is
I have fake cancer.
no, he didn't fake
I
cancer. It
didn't
was
fake
real.
it.
It was real. You
It
should
was
have seen
real.
his face
I-
all swollen.
Yes. But I used to have brain cancer.
Yeah.
And those are our two traumas. Those are our big ones. But every week, we're going to be coming at you guys with little traumas that probably don't matter, but they hurt our feelings in real time.
Yeah, but they matter to us a lot.
And that's what it's all about, is that we all have little traumas. But also, if you tell us about your little traumas,
We're going to roll our eyes.
we don't care.
Yeah, it's all about me.
Yeah.
I think we're the only people who've ever been traumatized.
That's true. And I'm sick and tired of everyone being like, can you donate to... Shut up.
No.
Shut up.
No.
I don't know or care. I don't know who you are. I want...
your house burned down. You don't have any stuff anymore. Sorry.
Sorry. My family's house burnt down, or Jill's family's house burnt down. Now she doesn't have, figuratively, and now she doesn't, her dad burnt to the ground.
Yeah. He didn't. That's not how he passed away. But imagine
If
he caught on fire.
Yeah, that would suck.
That would be way worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be awkward.
Yeah. Just check, please.
Once my apartment really did catch on fire.
Oh, yeah, that did happen.
Yeah.
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 Do you want to...
Do you want to know the story? Because it's kind of like a funny little thing I did.
I don't...
Well, I didn't start it.
Wait,
I didn't start the fire. I didn't start the fire. No, but the way that
I remember you were
react-
pretty upset about it.
I was pretty upset, but the way that I reacted in the moment was like, and looking back, it was very funny.
Okay.
So I was doing my dishes late at night because I made this brand new rule for myself that I have since not followed many a times, where I would not go to bed without cleaning my kitchen because I hated waking up to a messy kitchen.
Yep.
You understand. So then I was doing my dishes at like 1 o'clock in the morning, and my kitchen window looked into the alley that my house was beside. And I think, looks really orange down there, like super bright and vibrant orange.
Like glowing.
So I climbed up on as if I need, like it was fire, and as if I needed like extra reassurance that that's in fact what it was, I climbed up on my kitchen counter like a monkey, and I looked into my alley, and in fact there were 3 garbage cans on fire, big like city garbage cans all on fire, melted together, huge fire. And then of course you probably went and woke up your neighbors because you lived in a triplex, right? Or you called 911. Absolutely not. What I did there instead is I kind of like nervously paced back and forth in my living room, being like, oh, my neighbors are gonna think I'm so weird and intense if I go banging on their door. Like, that's so cringy that I have to be like, fire. So I went back and forth with myself and be like, is it really worth it? Maybe I can put this out quietly and kind of like not bother anybody. But I also learned in that scenario, 0 survival skills.
And also, like, if everyone burnt alive, like, or are you relieved to be like, well, at least I won't hear them complain?
Yeah, like it was truly. I went up to their door, the people upstairs, and I was like, fire, like trying to do it in the way that was like the least unbecoming. And then the
Like
guy,
you would slip like a note under the door being like, there's a fire.
yeah, I text him in the group chat. Really sorry to bother you guys.
I know it's
there
late.
is an active fire on our building. The guy upstairs, Chris, he's like a survivalist. He knew exactly what to do. Sprung into action.
Yeah.
Like if he wasn't there, I don't know what would have happened, to be honest, because me, I found out, don't know what to do in any survival situation ever. So he's like, we're standing outside and he's getting all of the fire extinguishers, which is of course like common sense to me. No,
No,
what
you
I
were
did
like, well,
instead-
we should probably wait for an adult.
actually what I did, that would have even been better.
Better.
It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but I genuinely thought the way to put out a fire that was like, oh, I don't know, maybe 4 meters long,
Right.
and up to the 12, like it was like 12 feet high, was to get a salad bowl full of water and try to put it out that way. So I threw it on, and then Chris literally was like, what the fuck are you doing? Stand back, first of all. That's garbage on fire. You cannot breathe that in. 'Cause I was just standing there watching him, and he was like,
I'm probably hyperventilating, like, like big breaths.
I'm real nervous
Are
right
you
now.
sure?
And then he's like, where are your fire extinguishers? And I'm like, I don't know. I have no idea. And he was like, okay,
I don't
can
know,
you
probably-
go find your fire extinguishers?
Probably with the firemen. Probably with the firefighters.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know how to work that thing, so I don't. And he put out the whole fire himself, and then
Wow.
yeah, and then the whole block came out and looked at us, and I remember I called Trevor because Trevor was out of town.
Yeah.
And from his perspective, I called him as I was going to wake up people because I was like, am I being weird right now?
Yeah.
Like that was
Yep.
in that same
Yep.
moment. So from his perspective, he gets a call from his wife who's home alone, and I go, the house is on fire. He goes, what? And I go, I have to go, and then hung up. And then I didn't call him back for like 2 hours.
Whoa.
Yeah. So that's when
So
I don't think
you-
I would be good in any survival situation.
No.
Definitely no good in a war.
Yeah, definitely not good in a war.
Mm-hmm.
I have an embarrassing fire story.
Let's hear it.
You know, in the back alley of like my apartment, like,
Yeah.
so there's like, you know how there's all the houses on the one side.
Yeah.
On one of the houses, there was a fence that was like on fire.
Okay.
Like it was obviously like someone had like started like a fire with like newspapers and stuff. It was right outside of this fence. And what I had assumed was that it was someone who was like maybe like trying to stay warm or something. But then I realized it's in the middle of July.
Okay.
And
so
then
probably
so
not
I was
bad.
kind of like I was just like, that fence is on fire, and I was like, that's someone's home. Like I was like,
like lecturing your
someone's really
girlfriend?
cold, and I was like, she's like, it's summer, and I was like, it's kind of breezy. Like I was just trying to justify it, where I was like, I don't want to disturb that.
You're like, I know it's hard to imagine being
Yeah.
in that scenario.
I
But
I was like, guys, like we don't know
Yeah.
the situation.
yeah, let's not judge.
It's on fire.
Yeah.
That's the situation. It's on fire, and I was like, hold on, let's just think about this for a
Yeah.
second.
I know, because I don't know. There's just something where your brain like goes to where you're like,
Yep.
that can't possibly be what's
Well,
happening.
because
right
in
now.
my mind, it's like actually you're going like, that's not real.
Yeah.
It's not real. It's not real. It's not real.
Yeah,
Because
no.
it's easier to think about that.
That's
Like
so funny because that's where my brain went to. Where I was like, what other possible scenario would there be for my
Yeah.
garbage cans being
Yeah.
on fire besides my garbage cans are on fire?
Well, now you could be like, that's AI.
yeah. I'm
that's-
like, maybe that's supposed
That's
to happen.
real life AI.
Yeah, like a controlled burn.
Yeah.
You know how they
yeah.
do that to crops sometimes?
So we are watching this like, and then I was just like, we have to call somebody, and I was like, I was like, oh, fine. Like I didn't want to like call somebody because I was like,
Mm-hmm.
well, we don't need to get the cops involved here. Like, who knows?
Let's not be rash.
Yeah, and then I was just like, Jacob, the house is on fucking, like, this person's house is on fire. So then, like, we go knock on the door. Like, I was just calling 911, and I go knock on the door, and I'm like really pounded, like, but I was again nervous. Like, I was like, I don't want to wake anyone up. And then so like, but then it got to the point where I was like, okay, no one's here. Like, we started like really knocking on the door, and no one was home. And then the firefighters showed up, but I'm ready for them to be like, why the fuck would you bother us with this?
Yeah.
Like, I was so nervous being like, I was like, well, we really did it this time, Eilish. Like, we're going to get fucking arrested for calling the fire.
Like we're gonna piss off those
We're
firefighters
going to
for
fucking
asking them
jail.
to fight a fire.
Yeah. And then so there was a person that we saw, like the guy, like we saw the guy like kind of run away from the fire at the
Oh.
beginning. So that's why I was like,
Like, oh, we scared them.
oh, that's someone's thing.
Yeah.
That's like his, like, he lit a person's house on fire. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh,
Yeah.
just try to stay warm in the middle of July.
Yeah.
Like, It is hard. Like I was like, it's
Yeah.
tough out here.
You're like, how young do they have to be to give a damn, Eilish?
Exactly. So and then they were like, so what did the guy look like? We gave the description. They were like, and then the one firefighter turns the other one. He goes, same guy.
So he was an arsonist.
He was a guy who's lit 5 fires that morning.
Whoa.
And I was like gatekeeping it, being like, guys, don't get that guy in trouble. He's just trying to stay warm in the
He's just
middle
trying
of
to stay
July.
warm. It's 30 degrees outside. He's just trying to
We
stay
don't know
warm.
what rich schmoes live
Yeah.
in this fucking house in Toronto.
Yeah,
Toronto,
they weren't
no
using
less.
that fence.
They live downtown.
Yeah.
They don't need this.
Yeah, they don't need that wall or that
They could
fence.
probably use their billions of dollars to buy a new fence.
Yeah.
How about we donate the fence to that guy to build more fires?
Yeah.
And
he
they were
can
like,
keep himself
"Thank you
warm."
so much for calling." And I still had the guts to be like, "No problem."
Yeah.
Even though it was Eilish who was like, "Jacob, we need to call the fucking fire department."
How useless
And I
are
still
we?
was kind of like,
Yeah.
"Yes, sir,
yeah. At your
No worries,
service,
yeah.
Jacob Sharp.
at your service." And I was like, and then I flipped the switch right away. I was like, "You guys better go catch that guy. You guys
Yeah.
better." Like I flipped the script right away. I
You're
was
like,
like,
"Oh,
I
that's
was
a bad
like, do
guy."
you want me to help? Do you want me to hop in the back of the truck and help you catch that guy? I'll tag him to the ground. He's a bad guy. He's ruining the neighborhood."
I love thinking about either of us in like a life or death scenario, like war. I think we really hit it on the head there.
Yeah.
Like I picture sometimes, actually quite often, someone coming into the house with a knife wanting to kill me.
Yep.
And I honestly think genuinely what would happen is I would just be like, just do it.
Just do it.
Just do it. Just do it.
Just actually, yeah, I think I would try to at first I'd be like, play dead. If he sees
Yeah.
a dead body, he might be like, oh, someone's already here, and then walk out.
Yeah.
If he was like, ooh, yikes.
Yeah. Or I might be like, let's talk about this over some Aperol spritz.
Yeah.
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 I bet it could change your
Yeah,
mind.
I bet. Yeah, actually, yeah, I bet you would be sitting as the burglar came in, turn the lights on, and be like, why don't you come take a seat?
Yeah,
Like
why
you're
don't you come
already
take a
up
seat?
and waiting, and you have an
Let's
Aperol
talk
spritz for
about
him.
this.
I thought you might show up tonight.
Yeah. What was I
I love
gonna
that.
say? Well, thanks for listening to the first episode. I felt like it went well.
I think it also went well.
Yeah, I think it went well. Like a job interview.
Yeah.
I think that went
Yeah,
well.
I hope in a week when this is posted on the internet, I hope everyone says that went well.
Yeah, we're
Oh,
probably.
wow.
Never mind.
What?
I was gonna say we're probably gonna cut some stuff out, but they don't need to hear that. So because they won't know.
I do that a lot where I want to be like, forget what I said, even though we have the power to cut out anything that we said, and they won't know. But
Let's
it's okay.
Let's start over the outro.
I'm gonna leave that in now. So
Okay. Thank you so much for watching the first episode, or listening.
Yeah.
The first episode of Trauma Dump. We didn't really get into our big T traumas, but
No, but
I feel like I have to get to know you guys a little bit better. That's not working.
it's okay.
Charge the battery
we'll
pack.
just do it on the main guy.
Sorry.
It's okay.
The camera doing my coverage stopped working.
It's okay.
I'll
I'll just do a really grainy zoom up on you, so then it looks like cover.
Yeah, just slowly have this coming in on
Yep.
me. That's all that matters. We're gonna maybe talk. We'll talk about our big T traumas soon
Yeah.
because that's kind of a crazy story.
Those stories, yeah. Maybe we'll intro this with the stuff that bugged us this week, I guess, and then I do like the idea that everyone's they keep tuning in. And they're like, "What the fuck happened to you guys? Tell us or don't tell us."
Yeah, you'll never hear. You'll never find out why we're like
Yeah.
this.
I'll never tell.
Yeah, we'll
But-
never tell.
But yeah, if you liked the podcast, there's going to be a video podcast, or whether you're listening on Spotify, Apple Music, whatever you're listening on, give it a like,
Yeah.
give it a comment.
Follow me on Instagram. I'm trying to get those followers up right
Go
now.
follow Jill.
I'm trying to get those followers up without posting any content.
Yeah. I'm trying to get famous for not trying.
Yep.
That's what it's all about.
But yeah, download it to your phone. Like download the podcast to your phone. Share the podcast with a friend, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can message us on Instagram.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, the phone lines are open. DM me at any time and I will respond.
Yeah. I'll be up at all hours of the day to talk to you guys.
We just want feedback, and if we get bad feedback, we'll stop doing the
We
podcast.
want feedback, but nothing mean.
Nothing mean. All right.
And please, for the love of God, don't leave any mean comments about me on the YouTube.
Not on YouTube's.
Yeah.
New way, Jose. Yeah, leave Jill alone, but also tell her if you like her.
Yeah. Tell me that you like me a lot, but also leave me alone
Oh,
if
yeah.
you don't.
But yeah, guys, this was episode 1 of Trauma Dump. Maybe comment down below your traumas, and maybe we can talk about your trauma without you here. That'd be kind of fun.
Yeah, maybe talk and send us the traumas you have.
Or if,
Send us traumas you have, as long as they're funny and not too heavy.
Not too heavy that we won't feel comfortable
We'll
talking
take that
about.
out.
Nope. If it's too heavy for us to talk about, then
keep it to yourself.
keep it to yourself. Ours is the worst that's happened.
Yeah.
All right.
Remember, nothing bad that's happened to you is as bad as what's happened to us.
So if you made it this far, thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Oh, my microphone wasn't recording the whole time.
Wait, what?
Imagine.
If it just like was like nothing on here.
Yeah.